Texas were crazy. So we're worried about that too.
Check. Yo, Dan.
Crazy.
Check.
Yo.
That's crazy.
How about now?
Yeah, and it was like, that's what I'm saying. It was like 7 of us. So.
I was like,
How about now?
nah, he was telling me. What do you want? 3 or 4 times?
Like 3, at least 3, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. At least 3.
Check. Yo, check it on the sound now.
And that's what.
Good.
And that's what people.
What's going on, chatters? We are the group chat. Chilling here, my boy Randy, my boy DJ.
So,
Welcome into the latest segment, June 9th. Coming live from our boy Danny's crib. Danny's house smells delicious right now.
oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what Danny making in that kitchen, but it smells delicious.
Yo.
Danny, what you making out there?
Little honey glazed salmon.
Honey games. Oh, I can't even speak, y'all.
Smell that good?
Smell that good, yo. Honey glazed salmon.
Crazy, I don't like salmon, but that smells good.
Oh my God, the whole place smells delicious.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, guys. Welcome out. We got a lot to cover today. Let's kick it. DJ, what is going on in baseball? DJ, what in the world is going on in baseball? These pitchers, are they all cheating?
Nah, they're not all cheating, but there's just like some signs of cheating.
Yeah.
Illegal substances. I'm not rocking with it. That's one thing. If they make it legal, then I gotta stand by it. You know what I'm saying? It's a rule in the MLB, but right now they're not supposed to use that. So there's little movements to the glove that they're doing, and then like spinning the ball. It's not fair to the hitters. You know, it's not fair that I understand they said last year the balls were juiced, but what are the hitters doing? You know, they're just swinging the bat. Pitchers are blatantly going out there and taking substances, putting it on their finger.
Yeah, them pitchers trying to retaliate from last year. They was getting smoked.
All the
last
home
year.
runs gave up.
No hitters. Look at this, man.
Yeah,
Look at the no hitters.
yeah.
Corey
Lots
Kluber
of
threw
no
no
hitters.
So which
That
one's
was
worse?
amazing.
Which one's worse, DJ? Steroids?
Oh,
what's going on with pitchers?
steroids, 100%.
Yeah, the steroids is definitely.
It still
100%
takes a lot of skill to throw a
worse.
99-mile-per-hour fastball, or like an 86-mile-per-hour curveball, or like a slider. You know, it takes a lot of skill. But when you take steroids, it just enhances.
But it takes
everything.
a lot of skill and hand-eye coordination to hit one of them 90s.
Yeah, it does. But you get more power behind the bat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You get more juice
For sure.
out the bat. It's just you're more athletic. You do a lot more when you're on steroids.
Mhm.
It's just how it is. Like, it's any sport. Just look at football, basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Sad day. Pitchers
It
are
is.
cheating. The pitchers are cheating.
Cheat too. If I was getting smoked the year before.
That ERA going down. You cheating, boys.
Most home runs in a season. We
Oh,
don't have the most
man.
strikeouts in a season. We gonna see who get the last laugh.
Oh, man.
All right. What about the power rankings? Where do you see the power rankings right now?
I mean, I think they're pretty. I think they're pretty spot on. You know, the Yankees are struggling.
Yeah.
The Mets division is like the Mets are on top, but the division all in all is not playing what everyone thought it would play. The Red Sox are playing baseball. I don't even know what the hell's going on over there. They're balling. They swept us.
Why my Mets getting beat up for the division? We playing ball. We showing up in whatever game and whatever league.
The thing is, right, is the Yankees are third in the division right now. I
Mhm.
think fourth. They might be fourth actually now. They're one of them, but we have a better record than the Mets. We have more wins than the
You
Mets.
have more wins slightly because of the COVID at the beginning of the year took us out 5 games.
But you guys are in first place.
We have a better win percentage
Yeah, but you got to look at it this way as well.
ratio.
We are sitting possibly in fourth place, and you guys are sitting in first place.
Yeah.
Our division is the hardest division in MLB right now.
Yeah,
There's
with
no doubt.
Tampa and the Red Sox, I agree.
And you can't count Toronto out either.
You can't.
Toronto's balling.
The Blue Jays are balling. They round out the top 10, so you have to put them in there. And I think that they're not going to stay at top 10. I think they're going to be in top 5 in a couple months.
Now the Yankees are still going to take the division. The Mets are
think
going to
so?
take their division. Yeah, baseball is finicky.
Yeah,
Teams are going to go through
Right.
cold spells, and that's just how baseball is. But when it gets to that second half of baseball after the All-Star break,
Mhm.
you get into the months of August and September. That's when you see who really can play baseball, who can compete. We saw the Mets come back from what was it, like a 10-game. They were behind 10 games going into September. It was like 4. Might have been longer than that, but
what was it? It was the year that they missed. They had just missed the playoffs though by like a game in that year, right?
no, they made it.
So I'm thinking the year that Pete Alonso broke the rookie home run record and just missed it.
Yeah.
They did come back from they were down like 20 and they came all the way back and just missed it the day of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baseball is just a finicky sport. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not like basketball where if you're just gonna get stomped, you're gonna keep getting stomped. Pitchers just heat up out of nowhere. Bats heat up out of nowhere. It's just baseball is gonna be really, really good this year because look, the Dodgers aren't even in first place, and they got the best team in baseball.
But they've notorious never been the best team.
They normally get hot a little later.
They've notorious never been the best.
So the White Sox gonna make it? They're gonna make it out? Do they have a chance to win the World Series?
No, they don't have a chance to win the World Series
Okay.
right now. The big thing in baseball is bullpens. Bullpens are winning World Series. The Yankees lost against the Astros. The Dodgers won because they were hitting. It takes a strong bullpen to win a World Series, and Chicago don't got that. The best bullpen in MLB is in New York right now in the Yankees, and we're still losing because we can't hit the ball, right? But as soon as those bats get hot, and you combine that with that good bullpen, that's how you win a chip.
Okay.
And Chicago don't got that bullpen. They got the bats, but they just can't. They can't match up together. So the Yankees' bats might be cold right now, but they go to the playoffs. They could go hand in hand. Chicago can't do it.
In the beginning of the season, I said it. I'm gonna say it again. I don't think your Yankees have it at all. I think they have it on paper. And as a Yankee fan, I get the pride. I get the love for the team. I get all of that. I just don't see the camaraderie that this team normally has. I don't see it in this team. I don't see the love for the game of baseball. I don't see the love for what they do for New York. I don't see it from the Yankees. I am so used to living in New York. You walk into Kohl's, you walk into Walmart, you see the Yankee symbol. We don't see that right now. When you walk into these places, you legit see Met shit everywhere, which is weird.
That's because the Yankees have sold out. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, you can't. So we know who the Kings of New York are.
We absolutely do. At 27 championships, we can't deny that.
It's hard to keep every year to keep a good team. It's hard to win 100+ games. Right now they're struggling. It is what it is. But you've already seen it earlier in the season when we struggled, and then we won about, what was it, like 13 out of 15 games, and then we lost 9 out of 10 games. It's just going back and forth. We just need to establish a lineup, stop switching players around, and just let the game of baseball play. Because right now, obviously, no one can hit. It's not just a Yankee thing. It's a baseball thing. Yankees are gonna rebound, man. We got the talent. I can see why I'm a Met fan.
I want them to rebound. I want them to rebound because, like I said, I would like to see a Subway Series as a World Series again.
I would too.
I want that for our state. I absolutely want that because I think in baseball we have the 2 best teams on paper.
On paper, I don't know. I don't see the Mets as the best. I want them to be in the World Series. I just don't see them as the best.
Okay.
The Dodgers got the best team, man.
So we're gonna make a bet right now.
We already got a bet.
We're gonna be another bet on live right now. The bet is just very plain and simple. One team makes the playoffs, the other person, not the playoffs. If one team makes the World Series, even if they make the playoffs and get eliminated, the bet is over. It's got to be the World Series. The other buys a jersey.
Another jersey?
Another jersey.
Yeah, I'm with
you
that.
believe your team is going to be there? I believe my team is going to be there.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that.
Deal.
I'll take 2 of them.
So let's round out the top 10 real quick for them. They got Tampa, the White Sox, San Diego, the Dodgers, San Francisco Giants, the Boston Red Sox, the Athletics, the Astros, the Cubs, and the Blue Jays. There are 2 teams that are not on there that we are arguing about. Our Mets and our Yankees.
Our rankings are based off of
yes.
a weekly thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're based off of,
and that's fine.
And recently, the Yankees haven't been playing like these teams, and the Mets haven't been playing like these teams. These teams are hot. Tampa, they came out of the woodworks. I thought Tampa might have finished at the bottom of the division at one point.
You see, I was very surprised to see. Actually, I was very surprised to see not even the Mets on this list, and I was surprised because when you look at their last set of 10 games, out of that 10, they maybe won 8, and they lost 2 in there.
But the thing,
but it's the people that they're playing.
the power rankings.
It's
That's
the people
that's
that
a
they're
big
playing
thing.
because they are playing baseball. They are hitting. Lindor is finally, he has awoken for New York, and he is playing on the biggest stage in the biggest way possible.
He's awoken, but he still hasn't arrived.
He is here. He is here. Oh,
he
you'll
got
see
a lot more to give y'all. Trust me.
Oh, trust me.
That
We
man
gonna
can
get
ball
it.
out.
We gonna
That man
get
can
it.
ball out.
All right, we gonna get it. Let's round out baseball, baby. Let's round out baseball. Now you see a lot in sports. You see a lot when you go out to eat, when you're going shopping, or you're back at work. You're seeing something that we haven't seen in well over a year. People's faces.
Mm-hmm. It's tweaked.
Mm-hmm.
It's confusing.
Mm-hmm.
What is the answer? Now you have the Fauci emails that leaked, and everybody's ripping it apart, and we still don't have a definitive truth of why are we wearing these masks?
At this point in life, I'm not wearing no mask, and I am vaccinated. That's all I'm saying to everyone who asks me. Because the fact that a man that no one really supported, I didn't support, said that this was not what everyone thinks it's going to be, and he was shot down by Fauci multiple times. Trump has been right. If you look at it, he's been right. I mean, I don't like him. I don't like Biden either, but he's been right. Everything he said is happening. The economy's going down. The job rates are going down. No one wants to work. He said it was going to happen. He said Dr. Fauci was lying about something, and it's just all there on the table now. And now it's like, as an American, if you got vaccinated, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't discredit it, but it's not looking too good. You're looking like guinea pigs right now, especially with these emails leaking. It's looking really bad.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess a lot of us, in a sense, in certain topics, owe President Trump an apology there.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially when it comes to this topic. It's scary for us here in Orange County. In the last 7 days, there's been no deaths related to COVID, and there's only been 12 new cases in Orange County.
It's the media, man. That's all it is. That's not the topic no more. COVID is done. COVID made a long run. The run is done.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't care about it no more. It's like now people are going to return back to life.
But we also said that this would happen. People would get tired of this. Look, man, we are selfish as Americans as a whole. Individually, yes, there are some of us that might have good intentions, but as a whole, we are a very selfish culture.
I wouldn't say we're selfish. We don't stand by being lied to. We're very prideful as Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to sit there and let the government tell us what we can and cannot do, especially if they're not telling us the 100% truth.
But that's what it is.
If you look at China, the place where this virus started, they haven't worn masks in a while. They're out there partying. They got raves. Like, that's not a little weird? I get we didn't lock down for 2 weeks, but a virus just doesn't disappear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just...
But that's what it boils down to. We don't want people to tell us what to do. It's not even about... It's just our nature. You know what I mean?
As Americans, that's just what it is.
Yeah, it's not about pride. It's just we don't want people to tell us what to do.
We want to do what we want to do.
Yeah,
since the day the country
we
was
just want to do whatever we want to do.
100%.
And that is kind of scary on all fronts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if someone even if a doctor that had the right intention, we would still be in the same exact place.
Yep. 100%.
We will be looking for a way to discredit that doctor like we do every single politician that gets in front of us or anybody that has an opinion about what is going on in our lives. We look for ways to discredit it instead of ways to say, all right, let's figure out how to move to the next step to create the next thing. As for the jobs, of course, people are not going to want to go back to work.
No.
You're paying me more money by far to stay home. Why am I going back to work? That's why the South is struggling. The South paints this beautiful picture. We're outside. We've been outside. We've been partying. And you're broke.
Mm-hmm.
Your people are broke. Your jobs are still closed. You cannot go down there sometimes and see a long-lasting open McDonald's or a fully functioning restaurant. So now they're opening it back up. And yes, they're letting people into these places 200 at a time at a big restaurant. And they only have 5 workers.
Mm-hmm.
because nobody wants to work. Because if I'm making $15 an hour and unemployment's paying me $22 an hour, why am I going back to that job?
Yeah.
100%.
I'm not going back to that job.
People are riding it out to the last dollar they can pull from
Absolutely.
unemployment services. 100%. 100%.
So it is scary to me to see, because you don't know what you do. You're told to, if you're not vaccinated, you have to keep your mask on. You want to do the right thing. As a human being, I know myself. I want to do the right thing, whether it's for myself or people around me or my family or my customers or for just doing the right thing. My intentions when I wake up is to do the right thing, and I don't know what the right thing anymore is because there's so much bad information out there. Do I want to wear my mask? Absolutely not. Will I continue to wear my mask?
I'm going to be 100%
Yes.
honest with you. There's only one way that's right, and it's the way that you believe is right. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask.
Yep.
If you're going to wear a mask, wear a mask. You've been wearing a mask for a year.
Yeah.
Me personally, as soon as I touch the air, I always take the mask
Always
off.
take it
I
off.
hate
I
the
do.
mask.
Yeah, for sure.
I hate it 100%.
for sure.
So me personally, I'm vaccinated, so I'm gonna be wearing no mask. So that's just
Yeah.
it. Just goes. There's no right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's just with your preference. Everyone has their own preference on everything. It goes back. It's like politics too. It's like you're not right and you're not wrong if you support a Republican or a Democrat. It's just your preference. It's your opinion. You know what I'm saying?
But as we know, in our worlds that we live in, myself, you, Rand, Dan, and everybody else, that is in our current circle that we have, we are able to be level-headed enough to have a normal conversation, to be able to listen to each other, to be able to take what each other say, and we might not agree with every single part of it,
Yeah.
but I am not going to throw a stone or cast at you or get rid of you or delete you or block you on social media or antagonize you on social media because of your opinion. You don't have that if you put your true feelings out there into the world. If I hop on the world right now, or if someone sees this right now and say, "Oh, well, I don't agree with any of this," they have every right to flag and do whatever they want and keep bullying their way into until you want to believe. And for me, I don't believe in that. I believe in, all right, cool, that's your opinion. Great, this is my opinion.
If we all thought the same and we all had the same opinions, we would all be robots.
We would be.
100%.
The world wouldn't be what the world is. You know,
100%.
there's a reason we are like this. So,
But they're literally easing it by saying, okay, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to do this. But at the same time, I can't ask you if you're vaccinated.
You can't.
You come into my business, I can't ask you if you're vaccinated. So just say you don't have to wear the mask. You know what I mean? Because we don't know who's vaccinated and who isn't.
but the big thing is, right, and this goes back to like corporations, like how come if you go to a Yankee game, I have to supply a vaccination card and prove to you that I am vaccinated. But if I walk into a mom and pop shop, I don't have to tell you if I'm vaccinated or not.
Not even a mom and pop shop. Walmart, you don't have to tell me if you're vaccinated or not. You know what I mean?
It's just it's like.
Well, Walmart's also been a Wild Wild West since COVID started.
Yeah,
Man, Walmart's been a Wild Wild West since Walmart been opened
yeah.
up.
but I mean, yeah, it's true. It's the same way. It's like
that's probably where COVID started.
it doesn't. There's like invisible guidelines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of gray areas.
Yeah, 100%.
And they don't have answers for it.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
So we are still stuck where we are when COVID first started, not knowing a damn thing.
Hey, it'll disappear.
Nothing.
It's done. It's already disappeared.
A year, 3 months later, still
Right.
no answers.
So those non-vaccinated people, are you proud that you're not vaccinated? Or those vaccinated people, are you still proud that you're vaccinated? Keep that in mind. No judging. A judgment-free zone. We are circling the wagon. Talking about circling the wagon, we are in New York. Circling the wagon means one thing. The Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills mean one thing. The NFL will be coming back soon. You got training camps opening up. You have people showing up. OTAs, mini camps, not showing up. Who's showing up? And the biggest name to not show up
My
is
man's AR.
Aaron the Sheriff Rodgers.
With that slingshot.
Sticky situation.
Is that a good or a bad thing for both the NFL and the Green Bay Packers?
That is a bad thing for the NFL, bad thing for the Green Bay Packers, but a great thing for the NFLPA and the NFL players in general. A big player like that does something like that, it's going to go unnoticed. It's on notice.
It's literally the NFL players seeing the power that the NBA guys have I want to trade him out, get traded. I want more money, get a new contract. And it's them pulling that. It's them trying to pull it the same way. And as a fan of the NFL, it's like their contracts aren't fully guaranteed. They're literally risking their lives. These guys, 4, 5, 10 years after they're playing, CTE, all this stuff going on. I could see them. I could understand them wanting more power and wanting more pull.
Now, the players are talking about CTE. The Players Association just won a big case the other day where these individuals that go in to be tested for CTE they were being graded by their level of CTE. However, the way they are grading it, they are grading the black athletes on a lower scale than the white athletes. So the black athletes over the years have been receiving less money or no money on the same scale, but at a different rate. It was found that how the NFL and the testing that they were doing was something of a racial bias in this case. So big changes are going to be coming down from how CTE cases are going to be handled going forward from now on. So I look forward for that change too. Check that out.
That's crazy. That's something I got to read up now.
Yeah, but all the stereotype shit. You already know the Wonderlic scores. It's the perception was there of a black quarterback is this and this, so that doesn't surprise me one bit.
No, it doesn't surprise me. It's just crazy that it came out.
Yeah, for sure. But it doesn't surprise me at all.
Talking about this and that for black quarterbacks, let's go right to Deshaun Watson as a black quarterback. That one does not have an answer of what his future holds. What do you guys think is going to happen to Deshaun Watson?
I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play this year.
Do you think he's going to play without any suspensions or fines?
I feel like the NFL might throw a suspension, reduce it, just because they feel like they're going to have to do something.
Nah, man, fuck that. They don't got to. Nah, he's going to play every single game this season he's going to play. If there's no concrete evidence, look, going back to being America and what the justice system is, if there's no concrete evidence, obviously it's not as big as everyone thought it was, because there's a lot of people coming out saying that they gave Deshaun Watson massages before and he's never ever acted like that. So if they had enough evidence, Deshaun would have been suspended. He would have been gotten fined.
By now, yes.
We
know how the NFL gets down.
Houston would have moved on.
We know how the NFL gets down.
Man,
100%.
I hope for everyone's sake that the truth does come out. I'm not choosing any sides, but it goes back to being an American and being in the justice system that we have. Like, this man is not guilty until he's proven guilty, and I think a lot of people are taking this perception because accusers are coming out and saying that this happened, that they have to believe that story.
Yeah.
It's just...
Well, listen, that main lawyer going against Deshaun Watson, trying to get all those settlements off the rip, made it kind of seem like it's a little suspicious. You know what I mean? We talked about this months ago. We all have female family members, so obviously we want what's right for the females. You know what I mean? But it just looks real suspicious when you're trying to get the paper instantly without anything happening, and it just looks real suspicious. Yeah. But I think he's going to play this year.
Talking about suspicious, Tim Tebow will be playing in the NFL.
What is it right now? Plus, like, I think Vegas odds are plus 1,800 or something like that if Tim Tebow scores a touchdown this season. Season?
Man. See, that's because he's on the team right now.
Vegas knows something,
but you know, the cuts come. Team cuts down from like 93 to 53 shortly.
Yeah, but this is Tim and Urban.
I know.
This is Tim and Urban.
You ain't cutting Tim Tebow. If you're taking a chance like this to tell the world and the media that Tim Tebow's going to be at my camp, I'm not cutting him.
That's like dad and son.
I'm not cutting him.
That's like dad and son.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-year relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 100%.
He might
100%.
play. He might even score a touchdown. He might score 2. You never know. Somebody's about to come
Let's
up
say
with
it right now.
odds.
Thumbs up. We believe in Tebow as a tight end on the Jacksonville Jags. Or thumbs down. This experiment's going to be a bomb.
Nah, yeah. Thumbs down. Thumbs down. 100%.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What?
And I'm a fan of Tim Tebow, but it's
unless that man starts eating and just gets huge.
Keep in mind, he's a big guy already.
Yeah, but
He
he got
is.
Already a big guy, but he's got to learn the route. He's got to learn to run. He's got to learn to take a hit.
Well, he has to learn how to block first.
Hey, but look, he played baseball pretty good.
He played baseball very good.
I'm not even going to see.
But that's a different world.
But he just, the way he can convert, he's so athletic.
Yeah.
So he might just be able to do it. I mean, me personally, I think it's not going to work out, but he could shock the world. You never know.
Hey, man,
He
I
could
will
shock
be
the
waiting.
world.
Tight end is a position where you could beat 32 and have success. So it's not like he's playing running back or nothing like that. But I just don't think it's going to happen, man.
Let's talk about a team that is trying to shock the world. In the Tennessee Titans, adding Julio Jones to their wide receiving core with already a number one wide receiver.
Tennessee did not add Julio. AJ added Julio. What? AJ went out there, he said, yo, you're my dad, and I need you to come play with me. And that's exactly how it went. They gave up a second and third rounder, right?
Fourth.
Yep, second and fourth. Yep.
What?
A second in next year and the
And
year
got-
after. For
And
fourth.
got Julio in the sixth.
And Belichick didn't offer that.
Nobody else over that, for real.
See, and it's like,
He made that phone call. He said, What's Tennessee offering? Take it.
yeah.
Take it. I don't care. Take it.
Listen,
Oh, my
Tennessee's
goodness.
offense has a chance to be insanely good this year, 100%. They just won't be able to stop anyone.
I was just about to say
They're,
that. But
like, they're gonna have to score 40, which they might be able to.
they can do
No,
it.
for real.
Now they can.
No,
you know,
for real.
you know what
No,
vibes
for
I'm
real.
getting from this? I'm getting that Randy Moss, like, Brady vibe. Like, I understand you
Yeah,
can't
but
compare
Randy Moss,
Tannehill.
Brady, but with a running back that could get you 6 yards of carry. Like Derrick Henry, he's not gonna see 8-9 man fronts now. You cannot play him like that. He's gonna average at least 6 yards of carry.
I said it to you
I
at
believe
work
it.
the other day.
I believe it.
Literally.
I said it to you over the other day.
Fantasy,
We
whoever got
might
Derrick Henry,
see a
that's
5,000 yard from him.
Yo, it's the way he's gonna run the ball is gonna be crazy. You can't double team anyone. The offense has the opportunity to just go to the moon. You know what I'm saying? Forget Doge. Tennessee Titans offense to the moon, you heard? Like literally. Because
Absolutely.
there's nothing you can do. If Julio Jones is a shell of himself, because last year he missed some games with the hamstring. Okay. But if he's healthy, it could be really ugly when you play Tennessee.
Just look what they did with Corey Davis.
Yeah,
Running
and
across from
for real.
AJ.
Listen, and
Like, you got Julio?
Listen.
I mean, hey, I understand. What is he, 32?
32. He's gonna be 32 by the time
Coming off an injury,
Yeah,
It's
hamstring. Nah,
It's
he's
I think he's going to be fine.
He still got the hands. He's still listen.
Hey, but if we're going to talk about that wide receiver core, you got to talk about the Cardinals, too. Because those boys got some wide receivers over there.
Listen. I think if Julio Jones is Julio Jones, Tennessee has the best receiving core in the league right now. Like, there's plenty of great receiving cores, though. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? There's plenty of great receiving cores. But what they could put up, these are literally A.J. Brown could take a 7-yard slant for 80 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Don't
he's
sleep on
done it.
You could just throw the ball up to Julio.
Straight up.
1-2
Straight
clue.
up.
I will challenge you
Straight
on
up.
that. I will
Straight
challenge you on that and tell you that how that kid is very good at quarterback.
Come on, Tannehill's shown, man.
Very
Tannehill's
good at quarterback.
Tannehill has shown he's solid.
He played with Gase. Don't
Yeah,
forget it.
Tannehill,
All right.
since jumping to Tennessee, he's been really good.
Ryan Tannehill is super
He's been really
underrated
good.
by,
He's been really good.
by people.
He's been really good.
And he was good in he was good in Miami.
Really good. But
He just
listen,
didn't have anything in Miami.
he played wide receiver until his last year in college. He literally was a quarterback his last year in college and then learned it in the NFL.
Yeah.
Literally.
And it's killing.
Literally, he learned how to play quarterback in the NFL. He had 1 year in college, 10 starts at quarterback. He's still learning. It's
Ryan
crazy.
Tannehill, man.
All right, so NFL wrap up. The last thing I got on there is that coming off that big injury, big name, big star is definitely the Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, running and throwing at practice. He says that how his mentality going into it is he doesn't think about the injury at all at any given day.
He got to.
That's the way you got to do it.
Got to.
I respect that.
Do you see that though? Do you see that translating to the field eventually? Do you see that?
You know when you see that first hit he takes coming off the injury.
Or if he's going to scramble. We're going to see. If he's going to scramble. If he's going to force balls or scramble, that'll show if he's really scared or not.
Does Dallas have enough to protect Dak Prescott back there?
If that offensive line is healthy, I don't know. 'Cause they've been shaky the last 2 years.
Yeah.
They've been shaky the
We
last
gotta
2
see,
years.
man. I don't
They've been
know.
shaky.
I'm not buying on Dallas.
Okay.
I mean,
Sell,
to be
sell,
successful, I'm not buying on Dallas either, but Dak Prescott can still throw for 5,000 yards
Yeah,
with that
but
receiving core.
honestly, I'm at that age when it comes to sports where I really just want to see people win championships.
Mhm.
And if you're not producing championships, you got to go somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like
For sure.
I get that Prescott, he comes off the injury, but is he gonna win the chip?
Oh, no way.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No way. Tampa Bay holds the crown in the NFC still, so somebody knocks them off.
Yeah.
But they brought back their entire 22 starters.
And added some.
You know
listen,
what I mean?
if AR goes
Oh,
back
my
and plays for the
goodness.
Packers this season, they are making it to the Super Bowl. AR is not going to lose with that team. He's not going to let it happen.
That's tough.
He's not going to let it happen.
It's tough, but it's hard to say too much against that because they were literally Aaron Rodgers 7-yard scramble away from the Super Bowl. So I can't say that you're far from it. 100%. 100%.
That's your football wrap up. DJ, stand up and show the people.
You already know.
DJ's been waiting a long time to show you guys this, so I'm gonna give him his moment. Turn around, show it around. Show the monster.
We know who's 7. We know who's
Show
7.
the monster that has been
We know who
terrorizing
7
the
is.
NBA playoffs
We know who 7 is,
from
man.
game 1 of playoffs.
We know who 7 is.
Finals MVP. All right, we going right there.
Mhm.
So if Vegas got some odds, go
He's
bet
the
that.
favorite. He's the
Go
favorite
bet
right
that.
now. We ain't gonna win much money.
Hey, if I have 10 bands, I'm putting 10 bands on
You
that.
ain't gonna win much money.
No,
You're the
I'm taking that.
favorite.
I know it's
You're
a
the-
solid. That
you're
man
the
is
favorite.
killing. He is killing. No one's stopping him. I don't care who, Devin Booker, who, Chris Paul, who, like, nah. That KD is really the man, and it shows. It shows they said he went to Golden State. It's because he had Golden State. Now he's playing with Kyrie. They're gonna say it's because of Kyrie. KD is just.
Well, they never said it was. They never said it was because of Golden State. They've always said it was because of Kevin Durant.
It was just more of a sucker move to go to
Well,
Golden
they
State.
say,
It was a
well, yeah,
sucker
like that's what I'm
move.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're trying to say it's a sucker move. It
It
don't
was.
really. He
It
would have won the
was.
chip no matter what.
It was a sucker move,
KD
and
was-
we thought it was a sucker move after adding James Harden. We never thought it was a sucker move with KD and Kyrie. We thought that good dynamic duo.
Hey, look,
'Cause then
it's only a sucker move because it's not LeBron.
No, that's
That's
not
the
true
only
because you
reason why.
no,
That
that is
true.
not true
It
because we
wasn't-
also said it was a sucker move for LeBron to go to Miami. We said it was a sucker move for LeBron to get the team that had
Hey,
Kevin
look,
when we added Kevin
people-
Love in
people have-
Cleveland.
people
We said it
have
was a
said it.
sucker move to go to the Lakers because Kobe's been there. Why are you chasing Kobe's glory? We've always said that about LeBron. We choose times to bring up things about LeBron.
But the problem is we choose to.
Correct.
They don't. The media does not.
The media is the one that's controlling that. Maybe ESPN, if you're watching ESPN, doesn't
LeBron and
give
everyone's
LeBron
eyes
bad
is the
get.
GOAT. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna. If you
LeBron
look
is
at
the
it,
greatest of this
I think
this
KD
generation.
has been criticized. Oh yeah, I think KD has been criticized for playing with stars more than LeBron has. 100%.
Kevin Durant joined the team that eliminated him when they had a 3-1 lead. That was like the biggest part of it. If Golden State didn't eliminate OKC that year, the year KD went, I don't think it was that big of a deal.
So what about when LeBron lost to the Celtics, Bosh lost to the Celtics, Wade lost to the Celtics, and then they made their own super team to beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
And
You know
they
what I'm
got
saying?
killed for that.
KD knew there was nowhere in the NBA that he could have gone to win a chip. He can't play with LeBron. They play the same position. This is not going to work out.
Mhm.
KD and LeBron on the same team, not going to work. Where else can he go to win a championship and still beat LeBron besides Golden State at that time period? There's
He
no
could have stayed,
solidified team.
where he was.
They were
It's literally just
They
Golden
were
State and
one
Cleveland
game
in the
away.
NBA at that point.
But they
Yeah.
were one game away.
They
is
were
what
one
we're
game
saying.
away from the finals.
They were one
and had
game
3
away.
chances to win that one game.
Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA.
Listen,
Right now, he
Yes.
has been. But the greatest player of our generation is LeBron James.
Definitely.
Plain and simple.
100%.
And a lot of people overlook that. For us, the greatest basketball player of all time is Michael Jordan.
I mean, not for me, but
Okay, that's fair.
that's just. LeBron is just, we talking basketball players. If you're talking mentality and like the drive to win and success, then I would say Michael Jordan. But overall basketball player, I just feel like LeBron got it. He's big, more athletic.
He plays every position.
Yeah, Jordan was just
He's a
Jordan.
proven winner because any team that he's ever gone to is there and they win. We know all that.
Jordan was a killer. That's what he was. LeBron's not a killer.
He's not.
You saw what happened to Phoenix. Killers don't walk.
Listen.
What? Killers ball till they go down, like Jimmy Butler did last year in the finals.
Listen.
That's a killer. LeBron ain't no killer.
Oh, trust me. We killed LeBron for his performance against Phoenix. We killed LeBron.
Absolutely.
He didn't go out. Listen, he needed like 45 shots game 6. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see like 40, 45.
He had to put up more.
Hey, but I'm not only going to blame LeBron because Kuzma had 2 points.
Oh,
Schroeder had 0 points the game before.
Of course.
Like,
Anthony Davis can't stay healthy. Of course.
Nah,
of course. That's the thing. I never was the give LeBron the good when he does good and give his teammates a bad when he do bad. It's just literally what it is. Like he literally got nothing from his teammates. Yeah. He literally got nothing.
We legit watched that game.
Yeah, he literally got
and
nothing
the
from his
first
teammates.
10 minutes, he should have had like 17 assists in the first 10 minutes, and they missed every shot.
LeBron literally got nothing. LeBron literally got nothing from his teammates. So
not even the bench didn't show up that game.
Yeah, but that's a part of team construction.
That's exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Coaching.
So, but like we said, if we give him the good, we got to give him the bad.
Definitely.
So, as the leader of the team, you're out of the playoffs, my friend.
For sure.
You can watch Brooklyn win.
So, like when we started the playoffs, we all chose Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
We all chose Brooklyn unless there was a healthy Anthony Davis. We found our answer.
Bro.
There wasn't a healthy Anthony Davis. They are gone.
Once Brooklyn got James Harden to go with Kevin and Kyrie, it was over.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I was the biggest hater. I hated it just because of the simple fact that we gave up too much in my eyes. At that time period, I felt like Karis LeVert was going to be a really good player. I felt like Jarrett Allen was going to be a center that we could really build around. But at this point, we won that trade.
Of course.
I don't even care that we gave up 3 picks.
Karis LeVert is on and off. I mean,
You
Jarrett
did.
Allen did stay on Cleveland and shit.
Yeah.
He's still going to be a really solid NBA center.
Yeah.
But I mean,
hey, Blake Griffin keeps playing how he's playing. I don't even care about Jarrett Allen at this point. At this point.
Now let's talk about some individual players that are doing things in the playoffs. You know, Devin Booker going off every single night.
But I mean, come on, look at Alexander, right? The point guard that played for OKC last year with
Shai Gilgeous.
He was cooking with Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul is that guy. Chris Paul is going to go down in the Hall of Fame as that guy who really made other players good.
1,000%.
Like, he's
1,000%.
just, him and Devin.
His whole career, he's literally improved his roster. Like, he's literally improved the roster he's been on. 100%.
OKC was
can't
projected to what?
win.
Top 3?
But can't win.
But yeah, I mean, he's still a choke artist. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna push CP0 until he proves it. You know what I mean? But he elevates his teammates. 100%.
If Brooklyn wasn't Brooklyn this year, they would win. They would win the finals.
They gotta get to the finals first. I don't think they're gonna make the finals, but
because Nikola Jokic is the MVP. Yes, they won. They lost their first game.
That home court was rocking. That's what it's about. That's what home court advantage is about. That's what home court advantage is about. The crowd was going crazy in Phoenix game 1.
Phoenix, the Barclays.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different level.
Giannis was scared.
Listen.
He's like, damn, where am I?
Listen.
This is New York. This is the jungle.
This is
the jungle.
It's a different level when your team is expected to win it all, though.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Brooklyn Nets fan, look at you. You expect the championship this year. You know what I mean?
You got to.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah.
And when they beating one of the best teams by 40,
100%.
definitely take
100%. Without one of your top 3 players. 100%. 100%. There's nothing to worry about with Brooklyn this year.
Talking about the MVP, do you guys really believe Jokic is the real MVP for this season?
Look, I said Curry was going to win. I think he deserved it.
Who?
Curry.
He didn't make the playoffs.
He did, technically. The
no,
play-in is the playoffs.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You sound like, whoa, DJ, no. No, DJ, it's an opportunity to make the playoffs.
All right, so I have a question. You know how baseball is? How now they got the one play,
yes.
the one that's considered the playoffs for baseball. So how is it not considered the playoffs?
Because the NBA playoffs is a 16-team format tournament. They weren't one of the 16 teams. If anything, I look at Steph Curry even less now. You had 2 chances to win 1 game, and you didn't do it.
Yeah,
against 2 teams that got skunked in the first round.
He had to face LeBron James,
who got skunked in the first round.
But they played in overtime.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Steph did everything he could do to then go back and play another game against Ja Morant, who is younger than him. Obviously, I don't know. That man drinks some sort of something before the game because he don't get tired.
No, 100%. But that's another team that got skunked in the first round.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they also faced two really good teams.
Listen, Steph Curry had the opportunity to put his team in the playoffs and failed twice. I want to say failed 3 times because at the end of the game, to go into overtime,
He gave that ball up
you know
to
what I'm saying?
Draymond.
He gave that ball up to Draymond for
He
what?
never gave
The
that
worst
ball
float
up.
in NBA history.
You are the greatest shooter
Come
in the
on.
NBA
Come
history.
on.
You got to take
Come
that
on.
shot.
I'd rather Steph Curry take the 30-footer with 3 guys on him than give Draymond the ball for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Come
But
on.
I still think the season he put together was really good.
It was a beautiful regular season.
Because to the flip side, we give LeBron a lot of heat about that shot that Ray Allen hit. So imagine Ray Allen missing that shot. Who would we have blamed?
I mean, hey, to this day, I still don't think that shot was legitimate. But hey, we ain't gonna.
You salty about that? I didn't mean to bring that
Nah,
up.
it's not salty. It's
No,
just
no.
the NBA. I know it's a little weird.
No, listen. I mean, LeBron missed the 3 for Chris Bosh to get the rebound anyway. Because some people just not like that when it's that time of the game. You know what I mean? Everyone wants the greats to have that Jordan fadeaway moment, the Kobe rip the jersey moment. You know what I mean? But everybody's not built like that. Everybody's not built like that.
Some people methodically will beat you.
Yeah,
LeBron's a methodical beat.
Yeah, but some people ain't built like that. Not everybody's pulling like that.
But you know who is pulling like that?
Yeah, and he's been doing it in the finals.
I'm gonna tell you, Kawhi Leonard.
Nah, we ain't even going. Don't even talk about Kawhi.
Hey,
that man Trey, man.
Trey Young. Don't do that to us.
Come on, we gotta talk about it.
Listen,
we gotta talk about it.
Listen,
we can't just skip over that.
No, for sure. No, listen,
we can't skip over that.
Game 1 with the game on the line, we doubled him. He split the double team, got the game winner. Listen. I don't like Trey Young. I didn't like him before the series. I hate him even after the series.
Hey,
but he showed up.
Generation's Reggie Miller.
But he showed up. No, he showed up. He showed up.
And he showed
played
up
into the crowd.
Showed up in game 1 against the Sixers.
Yeah, he's showing up.
He really
in
did.
hostile environments, he's showing up. I respect that.
Yo,
you gotta respect that.
But I mean, the Knicks could have won if Randall had left.
Or if he wasn't scared of the moment. Like,
I don't think it was the moment. They just
it's
they
also
watched
he is not the answer.
Randall cook them.
He is not the final answer.
Nah, hell no. Y'all need a point guard.
But we spoke about again. We spoke about this also.
Yeah,
he is a piece of the puzzle.
100%.
The Knicks need to go and get
Kemba.
Dame Lillard. Do not get Kemba.
Kemba don't got no knees.
Look me in my eye, New York Knicks. If you're watching this, do not get Kemba.
Yo, I'm telling y'all something right now. Knicks fans are based off false hope. Dame is the most loyal NBA player that has ever played the game of basketball.
100%. But they need to figure out a way how to get him.
You can't.
We're not debating loyalty. We're debating
you can't breed that type of loyalty into someone. He is not going to accept a trade to go to the Knicks.
He might.
He wants out.
If the offseason doesn't play the way, if the offseason doesn't play right, you never know. What pieces are they adding to help Dame Lillard? They've been content with hitting on Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum in the draft and haven't done nothing since. They're not drafting no good players. They're not bringing in free. You're not bringing no free agents to Portland. You know what I mean? It's
Dame is Dame. He's just gonna go out there and bowl. That's what he wants to do.
But at the end of the day, players get that. I want to win. Kevin Garnett was the most loyal NBA player for a long time. But
listen. Yes, players get that. But the Knicks ain't getting that next season. Dame ain't gonna just. They had a good. You feel me? Collectively, they had a great season. In my eyes, the Portland Trailblazers made it to the playoffs. Right? Am I wrong? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like Dame balled out. He did what he had to do. He still kept his team in the playoffs. Steph didn't make it to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. We've already made that obvious. He's loyal to his team. Dame is not going to just go to the Knicks next season.
But Dame,
it's just not going to happen.
Dame has done it for the last 6 years.
But you think like,
and it's not even about. He doesn't have a no trade clause first. So if they trade him, they trade him. But I'm as a Knicks fan, I sound crazy, but it's the truth. Think about the packages you could get for Dame Lillard.
All right, look,
R.J. Barrett and 2 first-round picks. Who's going to top that trade package right now?
The problem is, right, and this is what I go back to Knicks based off false hope. How we not going to get the first pick? How we not going to get Zion? I've heard it from Knicks fans over and over again. Boom, all of a sudden they don't get Zion. Nah, we're going to get Kyrie and KD. It's going to happen. They want to play in New York.
Listen,
boom, they don't get him.
It's been like that since 2010. We were supposed to get LeBron. He went to Miami.
So who's the most realistic free agent point guard that the Knicks can get?
Chris Paul, who I don't want, because we're gonna give him $100 million and it's gonna make me sick.
Nah, I think he'll go back to Phoenix.
He wants a big contract. He's close with Leon Rose. That used to be his agent, who are GM now. There's just so many signs pointing to us giving Chris Paul a bad contract. Because we give players bad contracts. That's what we do.
It will be
We
Chris
give
Paul.
older, washed guys bad contracts.
Yeah.
That's the Knicks. That's us.
I hope not.
Me too.
So,
I hope not too.
Dame-
I'll take Kimba.
Dame wants. The problem is Dame wants. What's his name? Jason Kidd, right?
Yep.
Jason Kidd doesn't want to go to Portland. He said he doesn't want to go to
It's
Portland.
not that he doesn't want to go to Portland. He just knows that there's other people who have more.
No, he flat out said he doesn't want to
take
go
him-
to
to take him
Portland.
out the coach.
He said to
He's
take him
taking
out
him
there.
out the coaching
But
search. Yep.
the reason for that is not because he just doesn't want to play for Portland. It's because he knows that there's people who are higher than him who would want that job.
No, it's because he knows that how the Lakers are also going to be going after Dame
Jason-
Lillard, and it's going to be a better opportunity for him to win and get more
Listen,
money.
Look, we go back as far as the Nets hiring Steve Nash. You know what I'm saying? Jason Kidd does not have that rap sheet of a coach. There are so many other coaches who are more talented than him that are out there. Jason Kidd gets that contract. There's so many black head coaches that deserve it more than Jason Kidd. I think that's what it goes back to. I don't think it goes back to him not wanting to go to Portland, but he knows that if he were to take that job, it's like the first time he took it in Brooklyn. And then when he went to the Bucks, you know what I'm saying? There's always going to be that ridicule that he's going to get, just like Nash got this season.
But I think Jason Kidd's smarter than that.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd knows, the Lakers start off slow. Frank Vogel might be out the door. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be the next man up. 100%. He's going to be the next man up. At least interim coach for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd, he don't got to go nowhere right now.
But how many more?
Lakers
Years
also have to
can we
pick,
get out of
and they
LeBron?
also
He got
have
at
players
least
to
one.
give
At
up.
least one. Let's think at least one more year.
Yo,
Who's that?
LeBron is getting old,
LeBron.
man.
Yeah, LeBron's getting old.
Yeah, he's
But if
getting
you
old.
Jason Kidd, you could coach LeBron and AD. You know what I mean? Let's see what the Lakers do in the offseason. You could wait a few months because the Lakers start off slow. Frank Vogel won the championship, okay, but let's keep it real. NBA fans look at that bubble championship just as it's a championship, but it's a bubble championship. We're not giving Frank Vogel the credit. He didn't.
I'm as an NBA fan, I'm giving them the credit.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
the Lakers
It's
as
still a game.
champions. Yeah, I'm
You
talking about
still
Frank
have to
Vogel
play
as a
against
coach.
competition.
Frank Vogel as a coach, he still don't got that respect. Nobody's looking at him as a hierarchy coach.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a disposable coach.
Well, I mean,
Let's keep it real.
anyone's a disposable coach under LeBron.
Of course, but that's my point. That's why Jason Kidd doesn't need to say, "Oh, I'll go coach Portland." He doesn't have to because he's the next man up. Lakers start slow next year. Frank Vogel out the door. He's the next man up. Because like you just said, how many more years we got out of LeBron? You need to maximize it. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers start slow. We moving on up.
So let's do some quick wrap-ups for the NBA because we're getting close to cutoff time for us. Let's talk about what's next. One of my favorite young players is Jason Tatum. What does he have to do to help that team get over the hump?
Nothing.
What does that team have to do to get over the hump?
Nothing.
They have to wait.
They can't. They gotta wait till KD retires or he leaves Brooklyn. Yo, we winning 8 chips in a row. with KD playing every game like this.
No.
What? Yo,
No.
KD could be 38 like LeBron's age and still
No.
be balling like this.
Listen,
What?
if you Boston, you saw Jason Tatum could go for 50 and beat that team, you need to put pieces around them, and they're already failing because they're making a college coach who couldn't coach in the NBA the boss. Now he's the decision maker.
Because look, maybe he's just, and this is what I try to point out to other people, maybe he's just not a good head coach, but he's really good at influencing players to come play for him. Maybe that's what is behind it. There has to be something behind it because in a basketball fan view, it just doesn't make sense. But in corporations and like big teams like that, something has to make sense.
Yeah.
Because not everyone's just going to be like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but who has he influenced to come play for Boston?
And why did he get
His
the
own
opportunity?
player, Gordon Hayward, his player he coached in college. Kemba Walker, who couldn't get no more money in the market. You know what I mean? Brad Stevens hasn't shown anything.
He's been the same coach since the day he walked in the NBA.
Literally. He
He's
hasn't
a good
shown anything.
coach.
It's the talent is carrying him. It's not his scheme. It's not what they're doing.
He's
He's
just
not
a
out there
good
making
coach.
adjustments. He's a solid coach, but he's not a great coach. The NBA is full of coaches, great players. Like, you need to step it up.
Tatum's going to leave Boston.
Oh,
He's
he
gonna
might.
have to.
He
That's
might.
what he's going to have
He's
to
gonna have
do
to.
in order
Yeah,
to.
he might.
All right, let's
Right.
talk about AD then. AD next.
AD's,
What is going on with Anthony Davis?
Ain't nothing going wrong with Anthony Davis.
He's just
I
being
said
Anthony Davis.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. When he got hurt, it was over. It's over.
Mhm.
When you with those type of injuries, look at Harden. He hurt his hamstring again. It's those type of injuries are not injury you could just bounce back and go play full on ball.
No.
Like it's just
They
not
linger.
possible.
They
Yeah,
linger for
it's
sure.
gonna happen again. They should have gave him more time off. They
He just
in a
missed the glass.
realistic viewpoint, the Lakers did not have a chance with AD going in there 80% and LeBron going in there 80%. They didn't have a chance in the first round.
Now,
Phoenix was just balling.
let's actually go a sidebar because that's a really interesting thing you said there. They should give him more rest. The Nets did a really good job of resting Kyrie, KD, and even Harden, and it shows.
It's almost,
It shows like it was almost a design plan to give them the most opportune thing in the world to be good because that team is not just focused on one person.
It was just like I was saying before when Kyrie was taking all this time off. I do not care.
Yep.
It did not matter to me. He
No,
could have went
Because
hiatus
they were
for a
still
whole month.
winning.
Yeah, it did not matter.
Yeah.
If we made it to the playoffs, 2nd seed, 7th seed, I knew that when we got to playoff time, that these players were going to play how they knew with the reasoning they came to Brooklyn to play for, and that's to win a chip. And Kyrie's balling, KD's balling, Blake Griffin is balling. Like,
yeah, no, listen. They're looking like the championship favorite even without James Harden. Like, it's like they're not missing a beat.
They don't need him to win this chip.
not this year.
They
Maybe
don't.
next year.
They don't.
They don't need him
They
to
don't.
win
They
this
have
chip.
enough firepower.
They
do.
legit, I said to myself the other day, this is a team that legit can tell Harden, yo, man, thank you. We'll rest and we'll pick you up in the finals.
Oh, for
Go
sure.
rest.
For sure.
We don't need you this round. We
For
don't
sure.
need you next round. We
For
just
sure.
want you to be healthy for the finals.
For sure.
And that is a problem
That's what it
for
might be.
every team in the NBA.
That's what it might be. Because they're announcing James Harden is out for each game the day of, and you know what I mean, ahead of time. It's not even like he's close. Not even we'll see him warm ups. Like it's literally he's not gonna play the next game.
He's not playing the series.
Yeah, he's not.
There's
He's
no
not.
point.
He's
The
not.
way we cooking the
He's
Bucks.
not. And might
Even
literally.
if we lose the next game, the way we're gonna cook the Bucks, they obviously can't play in the Barclays. And if KD got that killer in him, so he could just go play anywhere and ball out. So Giannis
Now-
got to get it together if he wants
Now,
to. win anything.
as a fan of the sport of basketball, as watching players, I love what Luka Doncic is doing. I love his game. I just don't think he has it to win.
No, come on. By it, hope you mean
Luka?
teammates.
Luka got it.
Yeah, I hope you mean teammates.
You want to know how he got it? When you go out there and still keep your team in the game against Kawhi, Paul George, and the Clippers,
Luka is a great player.
And don't get not even
Luka is
10
a
from
great
nobody
player.
else.
What
and
team-
go
what-
7.
What
You
team are you
went
putting him
7
on to
games?
win? What team are you putting him on to win?
But he
Nah.
went 7 games with a team that could possibly make it to the NBA Finals.
I get it, but what team are you putting him on to
He
win?
has to stay there. It's
No,
about them
he could
bringing.
stay there.
gotta
They gotta
bring him.
Porzingis is angry because he's not looked at a co-star. You can't be a co-star when
And
you're
put up
getting
9
injured
points.
and then you're not putting up
You
points.
stink.
You are not a
stink.
co-star. You are a role player. That's
Yeah.
that's what you are turning into as a role player.
And they
They
take
need
his
to
Tim
bring
Dunn
somebody
Yeah.
over there.
No, yeah.
They need to
he
bring
stinks.
somebody over there.
He stinks. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Mark Cuban called up DeMar DeRozan for some reason this offseason. Dallas could be crazy next year.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
You literally, that's someone who we've seen DeMar DeRozan perform in the playoffs. He couldn't beat LeBron. Not many niggas could beat LeBron, so
Nah.
that's nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't hold that against him.
No.
A play like DeMar DeRozan in Dallas next to Luka, that could be crazy. They
I
literally
look
don't have a
forward to
number
see
two.
what Dallas does then.
Yeah, they
next.
don't have a number two. They don't have a number two. That's it.
Now my wrap up is a bittersweet, but I'm happy to say it that Tom Thibodeau is the NBA Coach of the Year. And as a Bulls fan, it's bittersweet for me, but as a fan of what he did for the New York Knicks, I'm so happy and so proud. So congratulations to Tom Tibbs.
Why not?
Yo, since the first episode that I've been on, the group chat, I've said Tom Thibodeau is not the coach for the Knicks. He could have a great regular season. That's fine. They are not going to win a championship with a coach who cannot win in the playoffs.
I hear you, but the Coach of the Year is a regular season award. We're talking about regular season
Okay, so then
awards.
why can't Steph get the MVP if it's a regular season award?
Because the team didn't even make the playoffs.
But they balled out. He balled out in the regular season. He balled out. Most valuable player. He was the most valuable player for his team in the regular season. How can it be fair for a player that didn't make it to the playoffs, right? Tom Thibodeau got bounced out in the first round by a team they
But
were
he
projected
made
to
it.
beat.
But he made it. But
but
that
he
team,
made
that
it.
team wasn't even supposed to even be anywhere near.
We
the
were a
playoffs.
lottery team, ended up the 4th seed, top 5 team in defense. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say Steph Curry is the MVP of the regular season when his team didn't get to the next level. our team got to the next level. That's what shows
Barely.
success.
Barely.
We were the 4th seed though.
In the East, but
I
y'all,
know.
y'all got smoked by the Hawks.
I feel you, but I'm just saying the regular season success is based off playoff appearances.
We also just talked about how great Trae Young was and has been, and the type of and the level of tier that we put him in. There was no one on that Knicks team ready to stop him.
Yeah, but I could have told you that.
We could take Trae Young off that Atlanta team, and this is a different series.
Oh yeah, but that's like that with any big player like that. That's Trae Young's team, obviously. But
at least have people ready to match up.
look, what I'm gonna tell all the fans out there who are Knicks fans, go watch the game film of when they played the Knicks in the regular season. Randall had him on the right.
Kill John Collins the
whole time on
Kill
the
John
right.
Collins the whole season.
The whole time.
100%.
Atlanta picked up on that, and Tom Thibodeau, as the head coach in the playoffs, could not make the adjustment. He could not make the adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number one player on the team right now, and he could not. Tom, as a head coach, could not make the adjustment in order for Randall to be successful in the playoffs.
But it was also, I understand that 100%, and Thibodeau gets some because you need to be able to make adjustments in the playoffs. But when Julius Randle just looked scared at the moment, my man was bobbling inbound passes out of bounds. Like, he just looked like he wasn't ready for the moment. You know what I'm saying? He was scary. Like, literally scary. Come on. Like it was more than just the adjustments. The boy was scary. I'm sorry. The man was scary.
So Julius Randle, scared money don't make no money.
Don't say that because we're about to give him an extension this offseason.
Yeah, I was
They're
about
gonna
to
have
say
to give
that.
him.
I know, but I'm just saying it. We're gonna give him an
All
extension.
right, you're gonna have to make him
Bradley
that
Beal
tier.
on Dallas. Yep, I like that one.
Come on, Ted. Stop pumping that. Ted want Bradley Beal to succeed so bad.
So
bro. I
bad.
respect it.
So
I
bad.
respect it, Ted. I
All
respect it. I respect it.
Guys, we are the group chat. My name is Zwade.
Your boy Red.
DJ.
Thank you guys for joining us. It's been real. We'll see you guys soon. The next episode we are going to bring back is going to be in August, and we are going to be doing a State of Music episode. So stay tuned. Be ready. Send some feedback on what you guys think of how the music business, the music world is going on, from the streets to the top tier level of who's the best artist in the world right now. Shout out to all the Little Baby fans, because I know I see Little Baby on there quite a bit. Shout out to the Drake fans, because for the last decade that boy has dominated music and is continuing on into the new decade. Shout out to artists like DJ Khaled, that as much as we can say, this album is weak, he is still producing the best albums out.
Rosenberg.
Dan and Rosenberg and his album. I will say, as for the State of Music, Rosenberg does a very good job of pushing hip hop,
Yes.
not
everything else.
everything else. Yeah. Pushing hip
I
hop.
like Rosenberg, but
I do.
he be saying some false stuff sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's
I don't even know what
crazy.
you're talking about.
He's
my boy.
crazy.
So see y'all soon. Peace. Love y'all.
Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Yo, Ted, that's